Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel. Good to see y'all. Thank you for stopping in for this Analog Man Beano Boost demo. I have basically zero experience with Analog Man gear. I've not owned any of their pedals. I know they're great. I know the lore, especially behind the King of Tone, all that. But I've more been interested in this pedal, and I will say quick thank you to my buddy Mike for letting me borrow this. He actually gave me a box, literally a little box of pedals. There's like 6 pedals in there or something, just so I can just do some exploration over the next month and post some videos about them. And another one that's in there is the Analog Man Sunface. So we'll get to Fuzzland at some point. But for the Beano Boost, we're just strictly talking about a treble booster, right? So the Rangemaster, and it's got a 3-way toggle switch and 1 knob. It's super simple. The knob is obviously the amount of volume, and the toggles in the middle is the like straight up and down, just Rangemaster treble booster. When you go up, it is like a more mid-focused kind of treble booster. Still a full range of frequency from what I can tell, but more mids. And then in the bottom position, it's kind of like the low mids. That's from what I'm hearing. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but that's what I'm hearing. So in the opening clip, I played the Strat. We're going to play the Josh Williams with some humbuckers. And then I'll get the Rev Star out for some P90s to see how that sounds, which I think is probably, I haven't done it yet, but I'm willing to bet it's going to sound super dope. So I'm going through the Synaptic amp that I've been playing through a lot lately, just because I've really been digging it, getting the sounds that I'm getting out of through YouTube too, through it. And it's just fun. So we're going to go through that. The reverb that you're hearing is actually coming through Luna again, because this amp does not have any reverb built in. Here is the bypassed tone. All right, cool. So let's start on the bridge pickup because, I mean, why not? Here we go. All right, cool. So exactly what you might think. Lots of bite, lots of rock and roll on this thing. Let's go to the middle position. I'm going to roll this back to about noon again. Actually, let me roll it back. I'm going to go back to like 9 o'clock, and let's just slowly roll it up. All right, cool. Let's go to the middle position. And I'm gonna roll back my volume. I'm gonna leave the volume on the Beano all the way up, and I'm just gonna roll back about halfway on each pickup and see what happens here. So if there's anything that I notice, it's a little bit noisy. I roll my volume back and you can hear it. And these are humbuckers. It's a little bit noisy. But I think that's a trademark of any kind of treble booster. All right, so I had to roll this back a bit to get rid of some of the noise, but let's continue. All right, cool. So that's the range master. Let's go into the up position now. All right, cool. Let's go to the down position. That's super interesting because I rolled the volume way back on the neck pickup. It got brighter, so a little bit more articulate. But, all right, so let's just switch over to the Revstar in 3, 2, 1. And there we go. All right, so Yamaha Revstar, some P90s. These P90s are extraterrestrial. They sound great. Do not sleep on this guitar. I posted a video about this guitar a while ago on the channel when I first got it. If you're looking for P90s, you don't want to spend Gibson money, get this guitar. It will not disappoint you. All right, here we go. We're in the center toggle switch position, so we're just right back. We're just going to stay in the Rangemaster world. So, there you have it. P90s, humbuckers, single coils, Beano boost. It's weird. Like, I will say, I honestly, and this is just me. I think it sounds cool. I think treble boosters just don't work for the style of stuff that I do. There's I feel like I got in that intro video, I think I got some cool tones. I think that the treble booster is just, it does the specific lane thing that maybe I don't swim in, possibly. I think I like to have a little bit more darker, creamier tones. I think this thing's amazing. I think for the form factor, for as small as it is for your board, if you're into treble boosters, this thing's killing. And I can imagine if I stacked this with a fuzz or with an overdrive, how it would be pretty splendid. But I just think that maybe I just am not a treble booster guy. I don't know. It's not that I don't like this. I don't think it's not the jam for my peanut butter, if that makes sense. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. Do you like it? Do you think it fits for what you do? Is it something that you would use on your board? I think it finds a place for anybody, you know. But that's just me. Ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I will see you next time.